All right, here we go. As John would say, it's time for Fire in the Night. So we have quest card 1A, Holgar's Hill. We're going to create a deck of just side quests, and we're going to add Dagnir the Dragon to the staging area. Side 1B, it's 50, but that's not progress. That's basically hit points. So forced, at the end of the planning phase, reveal the top card of the side quest deck and add it to the staging area. Then, Dagnir is going to make an attack against Holgar's Hill. You do not deal a shadow card for this attack. If Holgar's Hill ever has 0 hit points remaining out of the 50, we lose the game. Now, when Dagnir attacks Holgar's Hill, we can declare a defender against the dragon. Any excess damage spills over to the hill. If Dagnir has 0 hit points remaining, we win the game. So let's take a look at her. I'm going to be using this tracker to keep track of the damage on Holgar's Hill. So Dagnir is 50 engagement, X7, 5, 20 hit points, dragon. Immune to player card effects. X is 1 more than the number of side quests in the victory display. Cannot leave the staging area or take more than X damage from non-quest effects each round. And while at least 3 side quests are in the victory display, Dagnir is considered to be engaged with each player. Okay, I'm going to be using this die to keep track of her hit points. Here is the side quest deck, so we're going to give that a shuffle, and you reveal these randomly at the beginning of every quest phase. Let's take a look at my heroes. No new heroes for this one. We're going to be playing a Dùnedain deck with traps. We got Damrod, Lore, 9 threat, 2/2/1/4. Reduce the cost of the first trap you play each round by 1 to a minimum of 0, and then response. After a trap card you control is attached to an enemy, draw a card. We also have Dùnedain the Shipwright, 12 threat, spirit, 4/2/2/4. Draw 1 additional card at the beginning of the resource phase. He is Noldor Noble. Forced, after drawing cards at the beginning of the resource phase, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. And then finally, Amarthiel, leadership, 10 threat, 1/3/3/3, Dùnedain Ranger Warrior. While you are engaged with at least 1 enemy, Amarthiel gains the Tactics resource icon. While you are engaged with at least 2 enemies, add 1 additional resource to Amarthiel's resource pool in the resource phase. So this is a great quest for the Dùnedain because a lot of the smaller enemies don't hit very hard, and you get side quests in the victory display, which means the Vigilant Dùnadanté, or the Vigilante Dùnadanté as I like to call him, will not exhaust to defend. So I have a question for you. In the comments below, how many defenses do you think 1 copy of Vigilant Dùnadanté will successfully have in this game? 1 Vigilant Dùnadanté will defend how many enemy attacks in this game? Comment below with your guess. The other thing I need this deck to do is to build up a Guardian of Arnor to be able to defend Dagnir. So I got to get 1 Guardian of Arnor up to 7 defense. Since Dagnir attacks without a shadow at the beginning of every quest phase, as long as I'm defending for 7, we'll be good. Okay, starting threat of 31. Let's do this. There are so many cards I'm looking for in my opening hand. I really just have to look at the opening hand and then decide if it's going to work or not. There's just too many cards I actually need. I mean, there's a card I need. So the ring, there's another card I need, Light of Valinor. I mean, I need every card. I put them in the deck. That's a card I eventually need. There we go. The Guardian of Arnor. Okay, so I got 2 Vigilant Dùnadanté, which I need eventually. But the Guardian of Arnor is almost like the deck falls apart if I don't draw 1 within the first 3 rounds. So having that in my opening hand plus Narya, I think we got to keep it. Okay, drawing 2 cards, I have to discard 1, so I do get a trap, and I get my Silver Harp. So I'm going to discard the trap, so that means I don't have a trap in my opening hand, which is kind of crazy if you're playing a Damrod deck and you don't have a trap in your opening hand. But I need the Silver Harp because then I'll be able to keep both cards that I draw at the beginning of every round. And I think I'm going to put Narya into play. It's going to cost 2 resources. I would love to not put it in play right now and save my resources. But this quest has Swarm of Bats, and so I could lose all my resources. Narya is a ring artifact. It attaches to Dùnedain the Shipwright or to Gandalf. The attached character gets the leadership resource icon, and then I can exhaust Narya and the attached character to choose and ready up to 2 allies. Each of those allies gets +1 attack and +1 defense until the end of the phase. So, like I said, I don't need it right now, obviously, but I also don't want Swarm of Bats to steal all my money. Okay, beginning of the quest phase, we need to reveal the top card of the side quest deck here. We have Face the Dragon. It's 10 progress forced. After Dagnir attacks and destroys a character, you heal 5 damage from her, and then forced, after Face the Dragon is defeated, deal 5 damage to Dagnir. Okay, that's great. There's a couple of these side quests that I really didn't want to see on turn 1. That's a fine one. Now we get the attack on the hill. So the town just took 7 damage. Nothing I can do about that. So you're just going to have to burn for a little bit. Okay, so now we commit characters to the quest. 6 against 1, and we get an Orc of the Flame. 2/2/2/3 when revealed. I either have to deal 2 damage to a hero or 3 damage to Hogar's Hill. I shall deal the damage to Damrod. I do have healing in this deck. Okay, so we revealed 3 threat. We make 3 progress on this quest stage. This one, I usually end up clearing this quest stage towards the end of the game. Sometimes it's even the last one I clear, because dealing out that 5 damage is extremely helpful the round that I'm planning on destroying Dagnir once and for all. All right, let's engage this guy because we have to. Really stinks. I don't have any traps in play, but that's what's happening right now. All right. I'm going to have a Marthiel defend for 3. It's 3 against 2, and there is no shadow. Ah, dang. So that's a nice location. This quest actually has a nice location, and that was it. So it would have been really nice to have revealed that next round. That's okay. All right, let's go into the next round. I draw 2 cards. It's the last time I get the choice. Do I want to keep Ancestral Armor or the Heir of Valendial? Dang it, those are both cards I really, really, really want. I got to keep the armor because building up my defender is like the top priority of the game. All right, we're going to play the Silver Harp. So then now when I discard a card from my hand, I can exhaust it to pull that card back from the discard pile. So I no longer have to discard and make the tough choice. But yeah, I need to get that Dùnedain defender powered up. If he's not powered up by like turn 5, I think I lose. So the Ancestral Armor will go a long ways towards getting him powered up. All right, let's go into the quest phase. Okay, let's reveal the next side quest, and it is, oh boy, okay, so this is Fortify the Defense, 10 progress needed. Characters do not count their defense when defending against Dagnir, and then response, when Fortify the Defense is defeated, each player chooses to either draw 3 cards or each hero he controls gains 1 resource. So this one we have to get rid of. Like, that is now my main priority because I need to have a character starting to defend Dagnir once I get the defense built up. But if that side quest is in play, I cannot defend with defense. Okay, I commit the characters to the quest, and then I remember, oh yeah, let's burn down some more of the town. So now Horgars, there's HR, it's hard for me to say, has 14 damage out of 50, and we reveal Gathering Gloom. All right, Doomed 1, when revealed, each player must choose. Either raise your threat by 1 for each ally I control or reveal an encounter card. Since I control 0 allies, I cannot change the game state, so I have to pick the second option, so Doomed 1, and then we get, okay, the Dragon's Fury. So Dagnir is going to make an attack against me, but if I take it undefended, all the damage will go against Hogar's Hill. Okay, undefended, and then it says, oh, okay, just damage would go against Hogar's Hill if there was any excess. Okay, so we now have 21 damage out of 50 on Hogar's Hill, and we're only on turn 2, so that's not great. Okay, so no threat was added, so we make 5 of the 10 on Fortify the Defense. That's really good. And then we're getting attacked 2 against 3, and the shadow is nothing. Okay, a location. All right, next round. We have been able to keep our resources, so this is nice because I'm actually going to be able to get some cards in play this turn. And because I have the Silver Harp, both the cards I draw I get to keep. So I get Daron's Runes and the Ranger of Cardolan. Ranger Cardolan's great. When you engage an enemy, you can spend a resource and pop him in if you have a Dùnedain hero. Okay, let's play Daron's Runes. And, oh, okay, great. I get another, it's like, okay, I get another Ranger, and then I get Narya. But Narya is unique, so that's an easy card to discard. Okay, looking at my hand, I think for sure Light of Valinor will go on Círdan. So we've done good getting him powered up. He got his 3 attachments. So now he doesn't exhaust to commit to the quest, and then he's ready to use Narya. And I can't quite afford any of these cards yet. All right, next round I should be able to. If I get a Swarm of Bats this turn, I'm going to be so mad. All right. The next quest that we are going to add is the Rally the Woodmen. Okay, when we clear this one, we get to search our top 5 cards for an ally and put it in play. But while it's in play, we cannot have allies attack Dagnir. And then, of course, 7 more damage to the town. So there we go. And then we can commit 6 to the quests. Círdan does not exhaust. And... yep, I'm going against the defense one. And we get the Dark Black Woods, a 3/3. And then when we travel there, we need to flip over the top card of the encounter deck. And if it's enemy, we will add it to the staging area. Okay, so we added a couple progress to the quest card. We still haven't cleared it. And, oh, it's not an enemy. It's Swarm of Bats. Oh, that's awesome. That is really good. Okay, so that is 1 Swarm of Bats I don't need to worry about. It was really close to coming out. And then once again, 2 against 3. There is a shadow. +1 for each side quest and victory display. Okay, no problem. That shadow could kill me later in the game. It could really wreck me. So I do have Hasty Stroke in this deck just for that shadow. All right, lots of resources being gained. And once again, we're going to draw 2 cards, and I get to keep them both. So let's see what we get. Okay, great. We get the Fornos Bowmen and Wild Stallions. All right, that's good. Wild Stallion is a huge part of the combo in this deck. Okay, we have enough resources to do stuff. Remember, Círdan has the leadership resource icon. We're going to play the Guardian of Arnor, so he gets +1 defense for every enemy engaged with me. So right now, he is a 2 defense, 3 hit point ally, which is obviously great. So he's now in play. Thank you very much. That dial helped me keep track of his defense. We also have enough resources to put in the Sarnford Sentry. So when she enters play, you draw a card for every enemy you're engaged with. It's only 1 right now, but I want her 2 willpower. So we get there we go, a trap, finally. So the Ranger Spikes I can play next turn. And so, okay, we added some willpower to the table. And we have a couple allies in play now, so good. All right, the next side quest is... and I always have to double check. Did I miss any triggers at the end of the round or anything? I didn't. Okay, so we get Rout the Goblins. It's only 5 progress, but Rout the Goblins gets +5 quest points for each goblin enemy in play. We will never clear this. And then now I need to search the deck for a goblin enemy and put it in play engaged with me. And there's the one I want with the when revealed effect. So we're going to grab another one of these Orc of the Flames. So now, in addition to the tactics resource icon, Amarthiel is also going to be getting 2 resources around because I have 2 enemies engaged with me. So that's excellent. And we are going to once again quest against the defensive one because I want my characters to be able to use their defense against the dragon. Speaking of the dragon, 35 damage on Horgar's Hill. So we are 15 away from losing this game. This is usually what happens. I mean, like I said, it's not until about round 4 or 5 that I can actually start defending this dragon. Okay, I'm going to send both allies on the quest for 3. There's 2 more and 4 more, so we are sending quite a bit more. We are sending 9, but we do have an active location. So we are going against the defensive one, and we reveal... this is great. So each player assigns X damage among characters he controls, where X is 1 more than the number of side quests in the victory display. We have no side quests in the victory display, so this is just deal 1 damage somewhere. So, yeah, that's great. So we added no threat, so we're going to put 3 on the active location, and then the rest spills over and clears fortify the defense. So that's wonderful. So now draw 3 cards, or each hero gains a resource. I'm going to choose resources. This deck, I usually struggle getting enough resources to pay for everything. The card draw is not a problem. So let's give everybody an extra resource. Let's make sure Dagnir now has 1 more threat. And yeah, that was super successful. And now shadowing up. So each of these guys are attacking for 2. I'm going to exhaust Dùnedain and Narya to ready both of my allies. They now have +1 defense and attack. So I'm defending there for 4. No problem with that shadow. And then defending here for 3. And excess damage would go to Horgar's Hill. No problem. Okay, we survived the attacks. We now have 2 enemies engaged with us. So the Dùnedain deck is going to start moving along pretty good now. I'm just missing a couple key cards, but yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. I need to remember, Amarthiel, Chad, he gets 1 more resource, don't forget. Okay, here's my 2 cards. Some healing and another trap followed. Okay, well, Eorith will come right in, and followed when an enemy gets trapped in this trap, you get to subtract threat from the staging area equal to that enemy's threat. So that's pretty awesome. You put it in your play area. There you saw I gave Amarthiel his 2nd resource. I exhaust the Silver Harp, so I didn't have to discard anything. And we do have 4 leadership resources, so we can play Ancestral Armor and the Wild Stallion, because I have enough resources for that as well. Ancestral Armor can go on a leadership character. It's restricted, limit 1, and then attached character gets +2 defense, +2 hit points. And then the Wild Stallion is an ally, but during the planning phase, you can attach it to an ally as a mount, and that ally gets +1 to all their stats plus hit points. So I can add both of these to the Guardian of Arnor, which means he just got +3 defense and +3 hit points, which is a total of 6 defense, which makes him 1 short when he defends Dagnir. So that is fantastic. And then we can spend 1 lore resource to put the Ranger Spikes up in the staging area. So if we reveal an enemy, it'll get trapped in those. Our new side quest is Draw Her Fire. So that makes shadow cards immune to player card effects from Dagnir's attack. And if we ever choose it to be the active quest, we're going to get attacked right away. And then here I make a mistake. It's not going to matter, but I'm trying to figure out the defense. I think I thought Dagnir was attacking for 8 or something. So anyway, I dealt 2 damage to the Guardian of Arnor when he defended Dagnir's attack. He should have only taken 1 damage, but that's okay. I'm going to be healing him off with Eorith real soon. So he should only be taking 1 damage when he defends Dagnir's attack. All right, I am sending everybody that I can because I really want to make some progress on Rally the Woodman. I reveal a 3-threat enemy who gets trapped, so that draws me a card. Don't have to make engagement checks against this enemy, and he gets -2 threat. The card I get is Arwen. Okay, that's wonderful. When I do the math, I am a little short. I don't quite clear Rally the Woodman, but I do place 6 progress, and that's excellent. And I don't have to engage that enemy up in staging because the Ranger Spikes say you don't make engagement checks against the enemy. And then here I realize, oh crap, I think I just screwed up. I was thinking Narya could ready Amarthiel, so that's why I sent him on the quest to get just the 1 willpower. And then here in the combat phase, I'm realizing, no, you dummy, he only readies allies. So I was trying to figure out what I should do. So I guess I just don't really have a choice. Círdan will ready the Guardian of Arnor and the Sarnforn Sentry, but I don't want to lose her in combat, so I'm going to have to take this undefended. I don't think there's a shadow that boosts it by more than 1 if it's undefended. So before I defend, let's exhaust Eorith and spend a lore resource to heal Damrod, so he's fully healed. And then we're going to take this one undefended, and I put a token on there for some reason. Swarm of Bats! Yes! Okay, so it's +1 attack, +2 if the defending character has an attachment. So that's just 3. So, okay, we were fine there. And then I can definitely defend the other one with the Guardian of Arnor. He's defending for a lot. And we get... Wow! Wow! Okay, so the Swarm of Bats are gone. So that's excellent. And we don't have to attack back. So... We're good. We're good. All right, we survived that. I will not be sending Amarthiel on the quest again. I don't know what I was thinking, but we survived, barely. Next round. The cards we draw are, oh good, an Entangling Nets and the Heir of Valendial. All right, things are moving. So Entangling Nets we can play for free in the staging area. The next enemy that goes in there will be weakened, and then the Heir of Valendial attached to a Dùnedain hero. And planning action, you exhaust it to reduce the cost of the next Dùnedain ally you play by the number of enemies you are engaged with. So that's how I'm going to get these expensive Dùnedain in play for cheap. I can't really afford anything else. I'm going to save up resources for Arwen, and I'm going to spend Damrod's resource to have Yorith heal him up. Okay, quest phase. Let's reveal the next side quest we are adding. It is Hold the Door.
Hold on.
All right, each player's threat cannot be reduced, 10 progress needed, and when it's defeated, reduce each player's threat by 5. Okay, not important to clear that one right now. We are still going to work on Rally the Woodman, trying to get that free ally, and that'll let our allies attack Dagnir. Okay, Dagnir is attacking. This time I'm going to get it right, so I'm defending for 6 against 7, so 1 damage will go on the Guardian of Arnor. And now we will go into the quest phase. Well, now we will go questing, I should say. So 2, and then 2 more from Damrod, and then 4 from Círdan. So we are sending 8. We are currently up against 3. And we reveal Bright Flames. All right, each player assigns damage, which is 1 more than the number of side quests in the victory display. So that's just 2 damage. That's fine. No threat was added. So we do make enough to clear Rally the Woodman. So that's really great. So we get to search our top 5 cards for an ally and put it into play. Alrighty, happy to do that. So now we have 2 side quests in the victory display. So top 5 cards, and we get, Thalion, what a good looking guy. And the East Road Ranger. East Road Ranger would quest for 3, but Thalion readies in the combat phase if there's a side quest, and then he collects a resource if there's 3 side quests in the victory display. Okay. I'm going to pick Thalion because he's, 4 resources. And like I said, because there's a side quest in the victory display, he will ready at the beginning of the combat phase. So that is excellent. And we do not have to engage that enemy that's up there, because that enemy is trapped in a trap that makes him not have to do engagement checks. All right. But I think I will. I think I will engage him now that I have Thalion. So let's engage him, and when he engages, either we deal damage to Horgar's Hill, or he does an immediate attack. And you know what? I can take this immediate attack, because this is in the engagement phase. And Thalion will ready, and he'll probably just take 1 damage, maybe 2. So let's see. Attacking enemy makes an additional attack. That was unexpected. That, Dang. Okay. That's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, so we got to defend him again. No shadow there and no damage. All right, crap. That really didn't work. Okay. Darn it. Okay, so now we're going to go in the beginning of the combat phase. Thalion readies, I should say. I always want to call him Thalin, but it's Thalion. And then 3 attacks coming, so we will ready 2 allies with Narya. So, unfortunately, the only other ally we can ready is the Sarnford Sentry, and she can't defend. She will die, and I don't want her to die. So let's defend here. Okay, this shadow says add the goblin to the staging area. So when we do, he goes in a trap, so he's now going to be attacking for 0 when he attacks. Draws us a card. It's another copy of Arwen. All right, well, Thalion is ready, so let's defend there. And this shadow is if it destroys a character. Okay, no problem, and no damage. And then, yeah, 2 attack undefended. I think we're okay, though. Like I said, I think undefended attacks can only get boosted up to... Oh, no, there was a second side quest in the victory display, so I guess this could have been a 4 attack. That would have killed one of my heroes, but there was no shadow, so we survived that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange my board state like this, so we can have room for all these enemies, because if this deck works right, which it looks like it is, I'm going to end up with just like a wall of enemies, and I need room for them. All right, 2 resources on Amarthiel, 2 cards coming. We get another East Road Ranger and another Followed. Okay, actually, I think this is the first East Road Ranger we actually have in hand. The other one was the one we could have gotten play for free. Okay, so now that we have 3 enemies engaged with us, I am defending for 7. So 2 from the armor, 1 from the Wild Stallion. 1 from his base defense. That's 4. And then 3 from the enemies. And now we're going to put Arwen and Domiel in play. So when she exhausts, she gets to give somebody +1 defense and Sentinel. So she's in play. And then we're going to exhaust the Heir of Lindiel, reducing the next ally's cost, that's Dùnedain, by 3. And the Vigilante Dùnadanté is in play. So he does not exhaust to defend when there's a side quest in the victory display. And he's defending for 2. And then Arwen is always going to be targeting him. So he'll be defending for 3. And now we're going to play Followed. So the next enemy that engages us will get trapped and followed, and then we'll be able to reduce the threat in the staging area by that enemy's threat. So I'm going to spend a resource off of Damrod, and I'm going to fully heal up the Guardian of Arnor. That's why that extra damage didn't matter, because I just healed it all off. And all right, quest phase, let's see which one we get. Okay, so it's Defend the Town. While it's the current quest, reveal an additional card. It has 5 progress needed, and I always forget this. At the end of the encounter phase, deal 1 damage to Horgar's Hill for each enemy in the staging area. I'm going to forget it this round. I'm just telling you, I will. And I'll remember in the next round that I was supposed to deal damage out. It's just hard to remember. Okay, we're going to go to Hodor. So we're going to do Hold the Door, 10 progress needed, and we're going to get attacked by Dragnir. No damage, because, no shadow, and defending for 7, so it's 7 against 7. So that's working. And now let's quest hard. So 4 from Círdan, Damrod, Arwen, the Sentry, and Thalion all quest for 2 each, so that's 8 more. And then 1 from the Vigilant Dùnadanté, so that's a 9 more. So a total of 13, and we are only up against 4. And we get a 3-threat Town Gate. So while it's in the staging area, it gains Forced. At the end of the quest phase, place 1 resource here. Then if there are 3 resources here, discard Town Gate and deal 4 damage to the hill. And then to travel there, we get attacked. This is really hard to actually travel to without losing somebody. So that's probably just going to go off. I'm just going to leave that in there. We do not clear Hold the Door. So we place 6, and then we cannot engage the Stray Goblin because he cannot be optionally engaged. We're going to place the resource on the front gate, and then this is where I should have dealt 2 damage to Horgar's Hill, thanks to that side quest that we revealed. And I forget. I'm going to remember in a little bit, but there should be 2 more damage on the hill. Alrighty, shadow cards dealt out. I'm going to use Narya to ready the Vigilant Dùnadanté and that Guardian of Arnor, and Thalion also readies. So now, because of the boost from Arwen and Narya, the Vigilant Dùnadanté is defending for 4. So all these enemies are attacking for 3 or 2, so as long as there's no shadows that boost him to the 4, he just defends them all. So that's awesome. He doesn't exhaust to defend. So now that he's in play, he should just be able to defend the entire board. So I have enough attackers to deal the maximum amount of damage on Dagnir or Dragnir? I think it's Dagnir that I'm allowed to. So he can take 3 damage, so I deal 3 damage, so he's down to 17 hit points. And we go into the next round, and this is working great. The Vigilant Dùnadanté will be able to defend for 4 without exhausting for the rest of the game. All these enemies have attacks of 2 or 3, so that's why I think this deck is really good against this quest, because the enemies besides the dragon don't hit very hard. And I'm just planning on just getting all the enemies engaged with me. And we get a Warden of Healing and the Squire's Helm, so what a good pull. So the Warden of Healing, of course, heals, but then the Squire's Helm goes on an ally and gives that ally +2 hit points. So it's restricted, and the Guardian of Arnor already has his 2 restricted attachments. But I can put this on the Vigilant Dùnadanté. So now the Vigilant Dùnadanté is going to defend for 4 and have 5 hit points and not exhaust to defend. And if I find another Wild Stallion, he'll defend for 5 and have 6 hit points. So pretty crazy. 2 crazy ally defenders going in this game. All right, let's do the Heir of Lindiel, and I can put in this Dùnedain for free. She's going to be questing for 3, so that's going to help us clear these side quests. Once this deck gets rolling, you plow through this quest pretty easy. And then we're going to play a second Followed. They're not limit 1, so the next enemy I engaged is going to get followed twice. and I get to reduce the threat in the staging area basically by double that enemy's threat. Okay, no more cards that I really want to play. Let's see what the last side quest is. And okay, yeah, so this is Douse the Flames. We need to clear this. So it's 10 progress needed. At the end of the quest phase, deal 5 damage to Holgar's Hill. And then when Douse the Flames is defeated, remove 10 damage from Holgar's Hill. Now I'm remembering Defend the Town was never done. So at the end of the encounter phase, there was 2 enemies in the staging area, so that's 2 more damage. I'm going to put that side quest right on my dial. And I think that'll help me remember, because I'll look at it there and that'll remind me. So I hope I won't forget that again. It hasn't affected anything. I just didn't do it at the right time. Okay, so we are going to quest against Douse the Flames. And if we don't clear this in 2 rounds, we lose the game, because the hill will take too much damage. Okay, so once again, the Guardian of Arnor, he defends, no problem. There's no shadow, so I mean, it's a straight up 7 against 7. There's nothing to worry about. And I'm sending as much as I can. So I'm going to leave a Marthiel ready just in case something goes completely sideways. But yeah, there's quite a bit of threat in staging. There's 7, and I can only send 16. That's not enough. And we get a little surgy stray goblin. Okay, so another enemy, but I can't engage it. It engages me when I engage another enemy. I get another one? Oh, crap. Okay, and then it surges into another enemy. When revealed, I either have to deal damage to Holgar's Hill or 2 damage to a hero. I will deal the damage to a hero, I guess. And we added 4 threats, so we didn't even come close to clearing this. I mean, I knew I couldn't, but we only placed 5 progress. So that's not great. Okay, so a lot happens at this moment. So we got to place the resource on that location and staging. We got to damage Holgar's Hill for 5 from Douse the Flames. And then at the end of the encounter phase, we also have to damage Holgar's Hill. A lot of triggers to keep track of in this quest. So let's do the 5 damage here. So we weren't able to put out the flames. We're going to go up to 42. And then we go into the encounter phase. So I'm going to put that right back there. It really helps me remember everything that's going on. All right, encounter phase. So we're going to engage this guy, and he's going to get in the trap. So 2 traps go on him. Now we reduce the threat in the staging area by 4, and we get to draw 2 cards because we went on 2 traps. There we go. Another trap and another East Road Ranger. And because we engaged an enemy, all of these little stray goblins also engage me. So there we go. Here's my wall of enemies engaged with me. The Guardian of Arnor is now defending for, let's see, so that would be 7 plus 4. So that's 11, 12 when I use the ring. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. All right. And yeah, okay. So now we're at the end of the encounter phase, but I'm going to pop in this not this Vigilante Dùnadanté, the Ranger of Cardolan, because when you engage an enemy, you can spend a resource to pop him in. I'm going to get him in play. And then now we deal the damage to Holgar's Hill because there's 1 enemy in the staging area. You really just got to slow yourself down and think about everything that's happening in this quest. There's just so many triggers to look at. Okay, dealing out shadow cards. So we got 7 enemies engaged with us. We're going to use Narya to ready 2 allies. So the Vigilante Dùnadanté and the Guardian of Arnor are ready. And then Thalion also readied by himself. So Vigilante Dùnadanté without exhausting, defending for 4. So we'll just see if there's any shadow. No shadow. This is a shadow, but it's +1. That's not enough to get it above 4. This enemy is going to make an additional attack. So as long as these enemies don't attack for more than 4, I don't take damage. This is just +1, +2 if the hill has 25 damage or more. That is just enough to deal 1 damage to the Vigilante Dùnadanté. This one is +2 because I have an attachment. This is nothing. And this is nothing. And finally, he's only attacking for 0, and it's +2. Okay. When I realized all these goblins and orcs are just attacking for 2 or 3, and I knew I could get the Vigilante Dùnadanté up to 4 defense, it's really just a matter of if they get a major shadow, do I have to worry about it? And it's really not too likely to happen. So Vigilant Dùnadanté should be able to defend every enemy I'm engaged with from now until the end of the game. It's really, really fun. And now I'm just trying to make sure I can attack for enough to deal the 3 damage to Dragnir, and I am. So she is down to 14 hit points. There we go. And then I want to try to kill the enemy that attacks me for 3, because I really don't need every enemy engaged with me. I can't quite kill it yet. I can do some damage, but I'll be able to kill that one next round. And this is going well. The only thing that could stop me is if I don't clear Douse the Flames. If I don't clear Douse the Flames, I lose, because that's 5 damage being put on Horgar's Hill at the end of the quest phase, plus the defensive one that deals the damage for each enemy in the staging area. Yeah. All right, the Ranger card of land got shuffled back into my deck. We're going to ready everybody up and go into our next round. Okay, we draw both copies of Hasty Stroke. So that's to cancel the shadow that says +1 attack for every side quest in the victory display. That can be pretty crazy. All right, so obviously the Heir of Lindiel can put in any Dùnedain for free, so let's put in a second Vigilant Dùnadanté. So there we go. I got 2 of those guys now. They're awesome. I mean, they attack for 3 after not exhausting to quest. It's crazy. I have enough resources to put in this Warden of Healing, so 2 resources off of Damrod to put him in, and he can heal 1 damage from 2 different characters if you exhaust him. So let's heal the Vigilant Dùnadanté and Círdan, sure. We can play another Entangling Nets for free, so let's get that in the staging area. And then that's my hand. I can put in this Fornos Bowman, +1 attack for every enemy engaged with me. So right now, he is attacking for 8. Seems pretty good. All right, no more side quests to reveal. We're going against Douse the Flames. The dragon is handled by the Guardian. All right, let's commit characters to the quest. We have to clear Douse the Flames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 18, and we are currently up against 6. 18 against 6. Okay, and a 3-threat Deep Dark Woods. Okay, no problem. So that adds 3 threat. There is no active location. We do clear Douse the Flames. That's going to be the 3rd side quest we add to the victory display. We get to remove 10 damage from Horgar's Hill. That's amazing. So that buys us some breathing room. So 10 damage gets removed. But then at the end of the quest phase, the front gate triggers because we placed the 3rd resource. So we're going to add 4 damage right back. But that's okay, because from this point forward, not much damage should be going on Horgar's Hill. We should be able to manage this. So let's add the 4 damage right back. There we go. And then at the end of the encounter phase, we'll have 1 enemy in staging. We're going to travel to the Deep Dark Woods. We got to discard the top card of the encounter deck. There's only 1, and if it's an enemy, it gets trapped. No, it doesn't. It's a goblin troop. Crud. I really wish I hadn't traveled. That's annoying because he can't have traps, and he attacks for 5, and he boosts all other goblins and orcs engaged with me. Okay, because I engaged an enemy, let's get this other Ranger of Cardolan in. And yeah, he stinks. It takes 10 to kill him. He attacks for 5, and he boosts everybody else. So that's not great. But what is great, no shadows. I ran out of shadow cards when I was traveling to that location, so I didn't have to shuffle. And I did deal the damage to Horgar's Hill from having Dragnir still up in staging. All right, Narya is going to ready the Guardian of Arnor and my Vigilante Dùnadanté, and the Guardian of Arnor defends the dragon attack, and the Vigilant Dùnadanté defends everybody, including the goblin attacking for 5, so he'll take 1 damage. With no shadows, there was nothing to worry about, even with them getting the 1 boost. That Vigilant Dùnadanté is attacking for 4, and the Ranger Cardolan's attacking for 2, so that's 6. Thalion adds his 2, and Amarthiel adds his 3. That's 11, so we can kill this goblin troop, so that's good. I'd rather get rid of that than damage Dragnir this turn. And we did good. I even forgot about Followed. I actually had less threat in staging. I forgot all about it. So I probably would have left up my bowman had I remembered that. But that's okay. That's okay. We are sitting in a good spot. So let's go into the next round. All right, we shuffled that Ranger card of land back into the deck, and we draw him right back in Daron's Runes. Okay, so let's play Daron's Runes, and with it we draw Ancestral Armor and another East Road Ranger. So we have to discard something. I was planning on discarding Arwen. Looks like I forgot to do it. Alrighty, so we got the Heir of Elendil putting in a Dùnedain for free. So let's pop in another East Road Ranger. So that's going to be another 3 willpower quester, so that is amazing. She's great for this quest. And then I got my 2 hasty strokes, so I can cancel a major shadow, and we're gonna heal. So let's exhaust the Warden of Healing. We'll do a little bit of healing there. I don't know why I spent the resource. I think I was spending the resource to use Eorith, and then I also used it for the Warden, so I put the resource back. All right, we're getting attacked by Dragnir, and of course the Guardian of Arnor can defend it no problem, and the enemy trapped in the 2 followed traps is removing 4 threat from staging, so yeah, we're doing fine. So I start to do the quest phase, I exhaust the Guardian of Arnor to defend the dragon attack, and then that's when I realized, Thalion has a resource. We have 3 side quests in the victory display, and so with his resource, I can spend 4 resources for the neutral Ranger of Cardolan, which I think I want to do because I only want I want the least amount of resources possible on my heroes because I'm worried about that stupid swarm of bats because they're all shuffled back into the deck. So yeah, okay, so the Guardian of Arnor already defended the dragon attack. Of course, it's no problem. He's defending for, since the dragon's considered engage with me, 8 plus 4, 12. He's defending for 12. Okay, now we're going on the quest. I'm sending 19. We are up against nothing. Actually, I'm going to send more. I'm sending 21, and we're up against nothing. And we're going to give the encounter deck a shuffle. And when you're playing a quest with Swarm of Bats, I just hate the card. I hate it, guys. I can't express to you how much I hate it. People have played with me at conventions, and they just laugh when it gets revealed in a game that I'm playing with them because I hate it so much. It just drives me insane. It drives me insane. Okay, there it is. So, you lose all your resources and you raise your threat by the amount that you removed. I mean, it just slows you down. It raises your threat. And if you don't have any resources, it surges. It's just terrible. It's just a horrible card. Anyway, we cleared the active location. We also cleared... Pull the door! So now Dagnir's a 5, and then we are going to drop our threat by 5. So that's nice. So it just went up by 2, and we're dropping it by 5. But now, Swarm of Bats. I'm telling you guys, I don't have any spirit resources, so a really nasty shadow could really hurt me here. So it's annoying. Okay, end of the encounter phase. There goes the damage on Holgar's Hill. It goes up by 1. And now we're going to get attacked by Dragnir and all of these enemies, and they're all going to get shadows. So remember, these enemies are all attacking for 2. The only one, that one right there, I just put the shadow on, he's attacking for 3. So as long as none of them get a boost that puts them above 4, the Vigilante Dùnadanté can defend them and not take any damage. So I'm just looking for a boost that puts any of these enemies above 4. I'm going to ready the Vigilante Dùnadanté and the Guardian of Arnor. The shadow on Dragnir is if it destroys somebody. Okay, it doesn't, so we're fine there. So he defended that. All right, and now the Vigilante Dùnadanté. So let's see. This shadow. There is a shadow. And it's, there it is, +1 for each quest in the victory display. But it happened to be on the enemy that's attacking for 0. So it's just a total of 4. That is so lucky that he got that shadow. There's my nice location with no shadow. There's a +2, so that is 2 + 2, so we're fine, that's 4. Here's 3 plus nothing. Okay, we're fine there. This is 2 plus nothing. We're fine there. And then this one is 2 plus, there's Swarm of Bats, +2, so that's 4. We're fine. And then this one is 2 plus nothing. We're fine. Vigilante Dùnadanté just defended those 7 attacks like a champ. I mean, he didn't even blink. And now what's really cool is he's still ready and can attack for 3. The other one, actually he's attacking for 4 because he's boosted. So between him, Amarthiel, and the other Vigilante Dùnadanté that we're ready, we can deal the 5 damage that we're allowed to do. and we're going to take this down to 9. So Dragnir's down to 9 hit points, and then the bowman by himself can kill the enemy that is attacking us for 3. He's the one that I worry about killing the Vigilant Dùnadanté. Okay, awesome. So this should be the final round. I have 9 hit points remaining, and if I clear the Face the Dragon, the very first side quest we revealed, I deal 5 damage to Dragnir, and then I can attack and do the final damage. So hopefully everything's going to go right. We're going to do the final round. I'm telling you guys, this is a hard quest, but it's a fun one. I really like it. And a Dùnedain deck is just so much fun to bring up against this thing, because when I was trying other decks, I was thinking this might be the quest I played Dale. I was getting overrun by enemies. Hey, there's a Wild Stallion and another Guardian of Arnor. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I was getting overrun by these enemies, and I was looking at them, and I'm like, they don't hit very much. I mean, they're not hitting me very hard. A Vigilant Dùnadanté with just a little bit of a boost could take all these attacks. So then that's why I decided to switch to Dùnedain. Okay, so the Heir of Lindial popped in another Guardian of Arnor. The Warden of Healing is going to do some healing. I decide to heal Thalion and Damrod. And then I will spend a resource off of Yorith to fully heal Amarthiel. I have a resource that I hopefully can keep to play a Hasty Stroke. Yeah, we should be good. The Guardian of Arnor, who is not holding any attachments, is currently defending for 8 because Dagnir is considered engaged with us. So he'll take this attack. Because of Followed, there's only 1 threat in staging. We already have some progress on Face the Dragon, so let's just send enough willpower to make sure we clear it. So I am sending a total of 21. And yeah, we're up against 1. Okay, that seems pretty good. And okay, Doomed 1, when revealed, discard the active location and assign damage equal to that location's threat. That can ruin your day. So that's why I couldn't have Douse the Flames go another round. Okay, and we get the Burning Watchtower. So it gets threat equal to 1 plus the number of side quests. So it's a threat of 5. So that's a total of 6. So we've definitely made enough progress to clear Face the Dragon. So that means we get to deal 5 damage to Dagnir. Have I been saying Dragnir this whole time? Whatever. I mean, you guys know me. I slaughter the English language. All right, 4 hit points remaining. 1 more damage going on the hill. So we're at 40 out of 50. No point in traveling. Let's do our final round of combat. It's just 6 goblins and 1 dragon attacking us. No problem for the Dùnedain. They got this. All right, shadows being dealt out. There we go. All right, Dagnir making the attack after I ready up 2 of my allies with Narya. And then, of course, Thalion will ready at the beginning of the combat phase. So there we go. Everybody's ready. And my Guardian of Arnor takes this attack like a champ. And it was, whoops, Swarm of Bats. See, I don't even like it so much. I can't even hold on to the stupid thing. Okay, yep, that's still no problem. No damage. Okay. Now, once again, the Vigilante Dùnadanté. Let's see, what do we got? Nope, that doesn't do anything. It's a 4. We need to get up to 4. No shadow. We're good there. And let's see, additional attack. All right, I don't care. I'm not exhausting for any of these. Here we go. Okay, never revealed that location. That's a shame. And yep, we're good there. All right, what about this guy? You got anything? Nope, that's nothing. Okay. And what about this last guy? Anything? You got anything? Nothing. Nothing. All right, so who guessed 31? If you guessed 31 defenses from a single Vigilant Dùnadanté, you were correct. And, feel good about it, I guess. All right, let's swing back. So everybody's going to swing back together. We're going to do the final damage to Dagnir. He's dead, and that means we won. So what a great quest. This quest is so much fun. I love the replayability of it. It's a very hard quest, though. I mean, you're going to lose. You bring this deck up against it, it's going to lose. You're not going to win every time. But when you do win, it feels really good, and I like it a lot. All right, everybody. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then watch the next one. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.